Good morning, students. Today I am going to teach class 7 students, subject English, a poem. Its name is Ozymandias. This is a poem about a haughty king named Ozymandias, and it is written by P.B. Shelley. P.B. Shelley was born in 1792 and died in 1822. 1792 to 1822. He was a renowned poet, a famous romantic poet. P.B. Shelley was a famous romantic poet. So students, we will see in this poem, Ozymandias, what was written by P.B. Shelley. First of all, I would like to suggest you, Ozymandias is a sonnet. What is sonnet? Sonnet means 14 lines poem. A poem of 14 lines. A poem of 14 lines. A poem of 14 lines. तो किस मीटर में? इन इयम्बिक. इयम्बिक पेंटामीटर. सो कोई भी सोनेट में, अक्सर सोनेट में देखा जाता है, देर आर टू स्टैंजा. द फर्स्ट स्टैंजा कंसिस्ट्स ऑफ 8 lines called octave, and the last stanza consists of 6 lines, sestet. So octave and sestet, 8 lines and 6 lines, and total 14 lines. So it is a sonnet. So we will read it. I met a traveler from an antique land who said, two vast and trunkless lakes of stone stand in the desert. The poet says that once I met a traveler. That traveler was coming from an ancient land. Antique means ancient. So it is an Egyptian story. This sonnet is about an Egyptian king. Egyptian kings were called Pharaoh. Pharaoh. And who was the Pharaoh? Ramses II. So Ramses II was the Egyptian pharaoh who was very arrogant by nature, who was very proud, haughty, and also cruel. He didn't like any other. He liked no other. He disliked all. He thought himself the bravest, the strongest, and the most powerful one. So he ordered a sculptor to make his statue so that in the coming generation they could know about Ozymandias. Means Ramses II. So what happens? Once the poet P.B. Shelley meets a traveler, that traveler comes from an antique land, ancient land, and he narrates what he sees in that antique land. The traveler narrates what he sees in that ancient land, and what he says. He says to P.B. Shelley that I saw, what I saw? Two vast and trunkless lakes. Two vast and trunkless lakes made of stone. So the traveler says that he saw two big lakes made of stone. Only two lakes without the upper part of the body. It was trunkless without the upper part of the body. And where the two legs were standing? The two legs were standing in the sand. It means it was a desert. In a desert land, the traveler saw only two vast trunkless legs made of stones standing there. And they were without the upper part of the body. They were without the upper part of the body. And near them, means where the two legs were standing, near the two legs on the sand, half sunk. Half sunk means half buried. Is shattered. Shattered means ruined. Bees. Very important thing. Visage means face. Lies. The broken face was buried, half buried in the sand near the two trunkless legs. So it was a statue, it was a broken statue of Ramses II. And the sculptor who sculpted that statue so minutely, so carefully, so naturally that it looked like just a living being. It means the sculptor sculpted each and every feelings, each and every appearances on the face of Ramses II when he was alive, when he was not dead. So how did the face look like? Whose frown? Frown means facial expression. That is called tevar. The facial expression and wrinkled leaves. In that face, the lip was wrinkled. In that face, the facial expression was frown and a sneer of cold command. He did not care anyone. He did not give respect to anyone, and only for his haughtiness, only for his arrogance. It means he was very arrogant. He was haughty. Till that its sculptor well those passions read. And salute to the sculptor who sculpted minutely each and every expression of the face of Ramses II. Sometimes we see the statue of great persons, and the sculptors gives the original feelings, original facial expression, body posture in that statue so that it would look like alive. Which it survived stamped means sculpted on the lifeless thing. So it was a statue, it was lifeless, but the expression of the statue looked like the expression of a living being. When Ramses II was living, what were his facial expression? What were his feelings? The total copied by the sculptor very minutely and sculpted in so really that it looked like just living being. In that lifeless statue, Ramses II gestured in such a style, gestured in such a way that he mocked everyone. He mocked everyone. He looked down upon everyone. He dejected everyone. He did not give respect to anyone. And the total things only due to his arrogance nature. He was very arrogant. He was very arrogant. He was very haughty. And in the second stanza, and on the pedestal, the two legs were standing on a pedestal. There was a pedestal in that desert. In that vast desert, there was a pedestal, and upon that pedestal, trunkless two legs were standing. And on that pedestal, what were written? It was written that my name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Yes, it shows the arrogance nature of Ramses II. I am the King of Kings. Look on my work, a mighty and despair. It means I am the most powerful on this earth. And if you look at me, if you look at my statue, you will feel despair, you will feel hopeless. You will be hopeless. You cannot compare with me. You cannot compare to my works. These words show the arrogance nature of Ramses II. But he forgot that. He forgot about the law of nature. What is created, that would be destructed. If there is starting of anything, then there will be the ending of everything. What is born is sure to die. It is the law of nature. And he forgot the law of nature in his arrogance. But in course of time, time is most powerful, he forgot. Round the decay, nothing beside remains. Though it was a good statue, but in course of time, it became ruined. Round the decay of that colossal wreck, it was very big. It was vast, but it was in a ruined position. It was in a ruined condition, boundless and bare, limitless and bare, the lone and level sands stretched far away. The land was far, it was a vast desert. And in that vast desert, only there was the ruin of his statue. Days are gone. His arrogance nature gone. Once he was the more powerful, but not at the time. His power ruined, and in this time only the ruins is left. So it is all about this poem. Students, in my next video I will teach you the next topic. Thank you.